Hey guys, welcome back to Farm with Farmer Steve. Hey, I am going to show you some little critters that I'm growing in my basement, and they're red wigglers. That's my lid. I'm going to keep the moisture, and watch this. See them? Look at all of them. See this little guy? That's what we're growing here. This is where we fed them last. There's a bigger one. Now they'll decompose all this material here. Eventually, they'll eat it through their system. And there's some other critters in there too that are helping them. But I have some straw that I started with. And then I've been adding computer paper and food scraps. These are potatoes that I tried. Well, they started sprouting inside of there. They're just the peels that I had taken off of there. Normally I do bananas. That's what we eat a lot of. So all this material down here is already composted. Oh, there's a big guy. So all that's composted, and they're living in that. And that's called worm castings. That is great for your garden, great for your soil. Look at that. Little ones, big ones. And there's little white speckles in here too. Those are the eggshells that I ground up and put in there for them. So I'll provide some calcium and good things for their gizzard, because they don't have like stomachs like we do, so they uses those grit like chickens do in their gizzard. Goes through, helps grind up this stuff. So I keep these in my basement, but I figured since better lighting out here, we'll start it out here. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to move all this stuff off the top. This needs to be moved over to one side. They're running out of room. This is how big the bin is. That's just a plastic tote. I have 2 or 4 holes in the bottom. And I just cover it with a piece of cardboard lid that I sit on there, like so. And that keeps them in. They're not gonna go anywhere. They like the moisture. Oh, here's another little guy. Look, that's not a worm. It's like a wire worm. Millipede, I believe. It'll help decompose a lot of that stuff. There's a worm. Says, man, it's overcast day. I don't have to hide as quick. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take and scrape all this over to one side, and then I'm gonna add new bedding over here, and they'll start migrating from this side over there, because that's where I'll feed them at. And then once the majority of them are over there, then I'll harvest this side over here and use it on the garden, or maybe in some teas and stuff I'm using on the farm. So I'll set up the tripod and show you what I'm doing. All right, so first I'm going to take off all this top bedding, set it off to the side here, just to keep them covered, keep the moisture in, since I don't put a lid on. And then use a fork or a little rake like this Don't use a shovel because you might cut them right in half, and you don't want to do that. Or your little livestock making your compost. So look at all of them. Start uncovering them. Some more potatoes. Guess I'll eat them eventually as they rot up. Man, it is just so light and fluffy. These castings are really, really awesome. Lots and lots and lots of little guys. Wow. Might have to take some of these guys out of here. Make some new bins. Which you can do. Wish you guys could feel this. This is so light and airy. Feels amazing. Everybody should grow their own worms. Look at all them wormies. Wow. See the little guys? There's a little baby one. There's another little, even littler one. So cool. That's their house. That's where they're living at. They're just... That is just amazing. Bigger ones tend to be on the bottom. Smaller ones are, well, I guess they're anywhere, wherever they hatch. But within a few weeks, most of them should push their way over to this side. And then I'll show you how I harvest the bins. Good enough. So now that that's cleared out, don't move very fast, but they do move. If you leave it sit here, all those guys will get away from the light that's out here, even though it is overcast. So I have a box of straw here, and it's been outside for a while. It is a little dry, but it's somewhat decomposed a little bit, so it has some biology working on it already, so that helps. Put a layer of that down and break it up. Worms will break it up too, but since it is kind of dry, get my sprayer. I'm going to spray it down. Now you don't want to saturate your bin, but you don't want it to dry out either. And as the worms get older, or as the bin gets older, the worms move through it. The bacteria and fungi that move in, and they will help keep it wetter also. Now
by keeping the moisture around themselves. Bacteria make glues. So, anyways. That'll help. Now, that is moistened. I'll put in my food source. So,
we put these bananas in the refrigerator or the freezer. That way they don't go too bad. We'll put those down there. I just put them in whole. Let the worms chunk them up, cut them up. Not gonna go through a blender just to let them do their thing. And then I'll add some coffee grounds. And since we're starting off, got some, I don't know if you can see that, eggshells. And those I did blend up. That's probably good, because those are a little harder than the bananas. So there's that. And then I will add some more straw.
If you don't have a pump sprayer that's cleaned out, or it's clean for water, you can always use hand ones. You can mix up little rings for cleaners and such. You just put water in that, pump that for a while. This just seems to work a lot better, a lot easier. I'm all about easier, so. Now, once that is done here, I will add the material that I took off the top.
Put that down, and look at all them guys. I do want to cover them up over here. I don't want that to go to get dried out either. So, and this is my little marker saying where I put their food at. That way next time I know where I put it at. Normally I move it around the bin as we go. This little guy here, when I put food in, then here, then here, then here, and then the worms will just travel around the bin. But since I'm moving the worms from here over to here, I'll probably just keep it over here for a while. So there's where the food's at today. And then I'll spray this down. Again, I don't have a lid on my worm bin that's gonna keep moisture in there. So I do put a little more moisture in this mulch on top than you would if you would have a plastic lid over top of this. And my lid is just a cardboard lid. And that's all I do there. Now it's good. In a week I will go check on it. All right, in a week I'll go check on it and see how they're doing. I feed them once a week. Like I said, put your food scraps in the freezer until then. And then I use bags from just bread or tortilla bags, just bags that you can throw away after you're done. That way you get a new one. Bread, loaves of bread, I use those bags. Just that way I'm not using a nice bag or a good bag. And I got 2 more worm bins to transfer over like this. And once I'm done with them, I'll put them back in the basement. So thanks again for stopping by today, guys. And maybe another one, I'll show you how to set up a brand new worm bin so you can do it yourself. Thanks and have a wonderful day. Oh, and remember, farm on.